All right, welcome everybody. We'll call this public hearing to order at 5:30. Council would like to acknowledge the Ucluelet First Nation on whose traditional territories the District of Ucluelet operates. Audience members and delegates are advised that this proceeding is being video recorded and broadcast on YouTube. There are no late items. So an explanation of public hearing process. The notice of the public hearing has been advertised and is available at the Manager of Corporate Services table with a copy of the rules that will govern this public hearing. Council will listen to public input on the matter in the notice of public hearing. Please note there will be no decision at this public hearing. The purpose is to hear from the public before third reading. Rules governing public hearings. As provided for in the Local Government Act, the Council is required to hold a public hearing before adopting an official community plan bylaw, zoning bylaw, or amendments thereto. At a public hearing, all persons who deem their interest in property affected by the proposed bylaws shall be afforded an opportunity to be heard or to present written submissions on matters contained in the bylaw. Council may consider amending the bylaws based on the public input received at today's public hearing. At a public hearing, the Council is under no obligation to enter into a debate on any issue. The purpose of a hearing is to hear public input, which will later be considered by the Council in their special meeting. You will have as much time to address Council as you need, as long as your comments are focused on the bylaws and licenses which are the subject of this public hearing. Following the public hearing, Council will not accept further communications or presentations from the public or the applicant respecting the bylaws. Procedures for addressing Council. To maintain order and to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to be heard, our rules of procedure are as follows. Number 1. To address Council, please proceed to the podium and begin your remarks by clearly stating your name and address. If you are speaking on behalf of an organization or another person, please identify the name and address of that organization or person. If you are speaking from prepared remarks, we would appreciate a copy. First-time speakers, please limit your comments to 2 minutes and to matters contained in the proposed bylaw only. Once we have heard from first-time speakers, there will be an opportunity to address Council a second time. Please remember to address your comments to Council. To maintain an atmosphere that is respectful of all points of view, it is important for the audience to refrain from applauding or cheering for speakers. We need to respect and hear all views, including those that may be in the minority. After everyone has spoken, those wishing to speak again will have an opportunity. Council members may ask questions of speakers or staff to clarify what has been said. However, this is not an opportunity for debate. The public hearing will proceed as follows. First, staff will provide an overview of the bylaw. Second, staff will read any unpublished correspondence related to the bylaw. Third, the applicant will be given an opportunity to address Council. And fourth, we will open the floor for public comments. I declare the public hearing for District of Ucluelet Zoning Amendment Bylaw number 1261 open. I now invite the Manager of Community Planning to provide an overview of the bylaw number 1261-2020.
Thank you, Mayor. And I would just add that we have copies of the zoning bylaw and the official community plan bylaw for use by the member of the public, should he wish to use it for reference during this public hearing. In general terms, the purpose of District of Ucluelet Zoning Amendment Bylaw number 1261-2020 is to amend the District of Ucluelet Zoning Bylaw number 1160-2013 to rezone the properties at 1671/1673 Holly Crescent and 1639/1641 Holly Crescent to rezone those properties from R1 zone single-family residential to R2 medium density residential to reflect the existing duplex use of those properties. And also the bylaw would amend the zoning bylaw by adding a new subsection R-2.1.1 subsection 2A, which would allow a minimum lot size of 734 square meters for a duplex zoning on Strata Plan 1004. Essentially, that is the existing lot size of that property at 1671, 1673 Holly Crescent.
Thank you, Mr. Gregg. I now invite staff to read any unpublished correspondence related to the bylaw 1261-2020. There is none? Okay, thank you. I now invite the applicant to address council. Is the applicant in the room? No? Okay. Members of the public will now have an opportunity to comment on the District of Ucluelet zoning bylaw number 1261-2020. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak? I have to ask this 3 times. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak? If you'd like, you missed the first part, but yeah, if you could go to the podium and give your name and address, please.
Hello, I'm Josie Jonas. Sorry, I'm running late. My last patient kept me waiting. I live at 1704 Holly, so I live across the street. So I just want to know, like, I Googled what the difference is between a single family and a medium density, and it said it's neither a small, or it's neither single family and it's neither large. So I came here for clarification as to what they want to do with the properties. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Would Mr. Gregg like to reply to that?
Through the mayor, just for clarification, the difference between the zones is that the new zoning would allow a duplex on the property, and really the intent of the owners was recognized that the property was, although it holds an existing stratified duplex, that's their intent is to remain there. That the zoning was changed some years ago to allow just to the single family zone, which didn't reflect or allow that use. So it's in a legally non-conforming state, and so this was really to clarify and clean up that zoning so it reflects the current use of the property.
So it's a type of housekeeping is basically what it is. I don't believe the applicant wants to change anything about who's living there or how many people. All right, a second time, are there any members of the public that wish to speak? And a third time, are there any members of the public that wish to speak? Okay. I declare the public hearing for District of Ucluelet Zoning Amendment Bylaw number 1261-2020 closed.